Can I jump? Yeah. Whee!
If you jump and then hit the photo mode, is he still in the air?
Oh, that's a good one. Let me
Jump off a
die.
cliff.
You know, how is this not the first thing?
There he
Okay.
is. Have you got Game Pass?
I got it for the second time now. I5 Rush was the first time, Starfield the second one.
I was going to get Game Pass for Starfield, and then I received a review copy last night, so I didn't need
You
to.
son of a... Okay, so, fun fact about my Game Pass is I got this Xbox controller a few months ago. This is from PDP. It's our friend, Xbox controller. And they offer you a Xbox Game Pass subscription.
All right.
1 month. It's a trial and you have to have a new account. So I created a new account, went to finally, after having this for about 6 months, I went to redeem the code. And then you have to put a serial number on their website and they will email you the code for Game Pass. They never emailed me back.
Maybe you waited too long. It might have expired.
Yeah, that's possible.
Oh well. So you've paid for it, Game Pass, then?
$9.99.
Yeah, that's okay. Is 1 month enough to play Starfield? Is the question.
I would say 1 hour is enough to play Starfield.
Well,
No,
you haven't played it for an hour yet, so
I'm joking. I barely even started the game. I got to the point where we can open photo mode and I stopped.
Good. I'm very similar. That's that. I've literally just stuck it on before this so I could see it and check out the photo mode.
I'm curious, if it wasn't for the photo mode, the review, would you get it on Game Pass? Are you interested in playing Starfield as a game?
I am interested in the type of game. I'm interested in the setting more than I am the genre of game, actually. I'm not really a big fan of some of the Bethesda mechanics, like the encumberment, having to carry weight, and it's just like, come on.
I never played the Bethesda game.
Okay, well, Fallout 4 was the last one I did, and I lost interest in it because I just couldn't be bothered going out on the next mission.
Yeah.
So that would be my concern if it's the same.
I actually chose a class in the character builder where it can get
Carry more weight.
Yeah.
I was very tempted.
I had no idea that was a mechanic even, but as soon as I saw that was the only class that has that skill, I was like, no way I'm going to have inventory management. Resident Evil, I hate it. Everyone talks about it being great. I hate it.
Yeah. In Bethesda games, it's all kind of about that because there's so much stuff for you to gather, and then you want to collect everything, and then you've walked miles, and then you're too heavy, so you've got to walk really slowly back or get rid of stuff. And it's like, this is discouraging me from exploring and collecting, actually. But I don't know. I've not seen enough of Starfield yet. I've not really watched much of it.
Neither have I. I've seen some beautiful shots already because the game has been out for people that pay $100 for the premium edition since last Friday. So I've been seeing a lot of Starfield shots, and they all look very Bethesda. Like the aesthetics are really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
But I could say this is a Bethesda game even without playing the game or knowing about it. I think
it's from the character, not even just the models. It's more like the character textures isn't it? It's sort of, and I actually think the lighting is not too bad. At least the environmental lighting is pretty good on the first area that I've seen so far.
That first area, I put all my graphics into ultra.
Yeah.
And the light blew my mind. That's actually beautiful lighting right there. Like the way so you can't access photo mode in there, but with camera tools, I managed to move around a little bit, and you can get if you can get the camera in front of the tutorial lady, the lady that's talking to you, and the light reflecting on her face right there, like she has that headlight. It's super cool. It's super cool.
So that was something I checked straight away. Initially, you can't use Photomode at all, and then in any of the dialogue options, you still can't. So obviously, camera tools will enable it there. And you've got an advantage because that character model that stands in front of you is like a superior one. That's the best version of the character that you're going to see in the game. So you've got the camera tools installed already?
Yeah, I was afraid because it's a Game Pass game. It's the first time that I'm using camera tools with Game Pass, but they have been working like any other game, so I can't complain. Yeah.
So today you're planning to only use the photo mode itself.
We are here to talk about. One day we will talk about camera tools, maybe.
Well,
but
let's see how it goes. And if you get really good with those instead, we might do a follow up next week. If we were just talking about topics for next week. We could do a follow up on that, maybe. I don't know. I just reversed the other question that you asked. Would you have got it without a photo mode?
Being a Bethesda game, probably not.
Yeah. Would you have got it in a sale later or just never?
No. I'm not a fan of... Okay, so this was the first Bethesda game that I had like a 5% interest because it's the first one that you can go into third person.
Yep.
I don't like first person games. I've been playing Cyberpunk and that game is beautiful, but I wish for a third person mode every single minute that I'm playing that game. I'm not a fan of first person. That's the first part. The second part is their art style. I'm not a fan of their art style. Like the art direction of their games is very bland to me. It's very video gamey.
Yeah.
Like
it typically is a bit flat. The Fallout games I've always thought just look flat and, like you say, gamey. They don't have that sort of real depth to them. But I think Starfield looks a bit better than that, apart from the character models.
Yeah, I always had an interest in photographing No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So this is a good alternative for the subject matter, like space adventure and whatnot. But without the photo mode, I would never even touch this game.
Right. My thoughts on before it came out at all was the scope is so ambitious. Like, they're sort of saying this is a grounded first-person shooter and a third-person shooter and a terrestrial RPG with the whole inventory management and all your skill classes and everything. And it's also a space game with thousands of star systems or whatever it is it's got. I don't actually know. With mining and piracy and space combat. And I thought, that's a lot to take in, to achieve, to actually pull off.
It's the play forever kind of game that I hate.
Maybe, yeah. But
it's
then
too
again,
much. I miss the 8-hour game, the 5-hour game, the game that like the AAA game that you would play for maybe 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know what game received a bad rap because it was too short, but
The Order.
To me exactly. Like that game is exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think It was maybe a little bit ahead of its time because Sony later on than that kind of went more cinematic and stuff, with all the film
and
tie-ins
bigger.
as well.
Even the cinematic games from Sony were bigger. Like even Uncharted, you can finish Uncharted 4 in less than 20 hours, I think. It's like,
well, the earlier ones are shorter than that. 4, I don't actually
the
know.
earlier ones, but like they the PS3 era is grounded on shorter games.
Yeah.
And then the PS4 came, and we have all of these games that are super big. Like, I barely played Cyberpunk because every time that I take a step, the world is like so beautiful that I want to take a shot. If it was a linear game, I wouldn't have that problem. I prefer linear games to open world, open universe games now. I don't want this.
Anyway, all right. Well, in that case, get back onto the topic of of Starfield. Let's see what the Photomode got. Yeah.
Let's see.
By the way, did you see some trivial little discussion about the start screen? Someone was actually complaining. This is a journalist who was complaining that the start screen isn't.
Okay. So
what a lot of rubbish.
Right now, people are seeing the game and the start screen. I made it so that people are seeing it. Like, I think it's beautiful.
I think it's great.
Very on brand.
Yeah, I would like to get rid of the welcome to Starfield thing. I presume that goes away in a minute.
No.
But I think it's really good.
Maybe we can take it off.
I don't know. I think once you've been on it for a while, there you go.
I played for 31 minutes.
Oh. I don't know if you noticed, because I always go straight into settings and see what I can change. But you can fully, and this I think is a first, you can fully remap the Photomode controls.
Fully?
Yeah, not just like, well, there is no Photomode shortcut, but if you go into settings and then controls, I guess.
Controls?
No, other one. Back out.
Bindings?
Yeah, bindings. Go down, and one of the groups is Photomode.
Yeah, but it's just 2 buttons.
No. Outpost, on that. Keep going.
Photomode.
Yeah, snapshot, then reset all of those. See? So you can actually...
I only saw this too.
All right, and you thought that was a section.
Yeah, and I thought this was another thing. Oh, that's...
Yeah, I don't know what... So look there, toggle head tracking. It doesn't tell you that on the UI. It doesn't work yet, at least right at the start it didn't. And there's something else, which next mode there is X on yours. I don't know what next mode is, so see if you can figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a complaint about this game.
Whoa, go on.
You don't look good.
I can't put my name.
Well, I'm called player because I accidentally accepted player.
Okay, so I know I know from some friends sharing it with me that you can later get a ship, and the ship will say your name. Like if you put
it's not the ship, it's the robot, isn't it?
Is it the robot?
Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah,
Captain Mick. It can't say Captain Ruben, so it doesn't allow the name.
Yeah.
And I just put Pone. Okay, so now I don't like this. You have to go to pause, and you have to press it again
to get to the photo mode.
Yeah.
And then scroll down, so it's like 7 buttons.
Yeah,
I agree with that, and I don't yet know if there's a shortcut option.
Let me move you a little bit, because otherwise I can't see the game.
That's fine.
Okay, so the other thing is I love the range.
Well, you're indoors, but yeah, you can basically go through the room. You can go through that.
I can't now.
The stuff there, like the plastic sheets, kind of.
Can? Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
Yeah, this is the maximum, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not unlimited, but it is pretty big.
Yeah. It's not too much, I think. I think some games go too much, and it might be that the range is because there is a wall here, maybe.
There is still a range because just after this you go outside and I tested out there, and there is still a limit, but it's good. It's not restricting, which is the main thing.
So I saw that this guy is playing something.
Oh,
Okay.
he disappeared.
If you go too close, the characters disappear. Does this happen
Is he
with
playing
yours?
something, or is he just holding a VHS tape? What is that?
It's a notebook, a notepad, like is this paper? No,
Yeah.
it's a console.
It's a
What the?
future device.
Yeah, it's a future. It's a sci-fi device.
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're on the camera, have you noticed they've done a Spider-Man style 3 camera types? So, oh my god. I've no use for a selfie whatsoever. He's not even holding it. Like, at least Spider-Man gets his
Yeah, it's
arm.
not a selfie mode. It's like get real. I can get a selfie from their perspective. This is a selfie.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
maybe.
you have to zoom in. But yeah, he's not holding it. But the free and the orbit are. I don't like orbit cameras when it's the only option, but I do like having it as an option, because it can be useful just to try angles around the character.
So now, can I shoot this guy on the face? I can.
No, there's no need for that, is there? This. Yeah, there you go. Your beam's just disappeared. I think this is one of those games where. Also, what the hell is going on with the blur? Was that motion blur then?
I think it's because you are.
Or is it just the connection?
It's just the connection.
Okay. I think this is one of those games that there's a little bit of delay between it freezing, as in you pressing it and it freezing, so the game carries on ever so slightly.
Yeah, and you can see that by the shooting.
Yeah.
Like if I try to go while shooting the ray, it won't allow me. The ray will stop.
So you lose control, but the game animation carries on, which is annoying.
Okay, so field of view. I wish some games would have every game would have the fast and the slow slider option.
Yes, I've already found that, especially with the silly depth of field options, which you will be surprised to hear I don't like.
Huh?
We'll come to those. But yeah, you're scrolling up and down and it's dead slow.
It's super slow, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it does what it's supposed to do. It's just a small nitpick. It's like
it's just a usability thing. It's something like if you use it and you think, God, I'm doing this a lot and it takes me time, you would make it quicker. Ooh. Right, the depth of field I dislike intensely. That is horrible. Like that's unusably horrible. But then, so bring your near back again, and then your plane seems to sort of soften the edge of it. So if you put the plane to 0 and then bring your near start. Great names. So put it up 1.
Oh, it has more. Okay.
Yeah, there's far as well. Let's put it up 1. Like increase that by 1 or 2. Right, now move the camera. No, back down 1. Now move the camera backwards and you'll see the edge. There you go, halfway down the gun. There you go. So you can see it's like a very abrupt edge. Now do near plane and it softens the edge. But
if I go by strength there, it's still horrible.
Yeah, but that strength is, but plane softens the boundary of it. So you can turn the strength back up and then turn the plane up.
Okay.
But it's very hard to get the right look to it. It's like absolutely hideous or actually quite minimal. It's still very abrupt on behind the gun. I just don't like the implementation at all. And then you've got to do the same for the background.
And then you have the blend, which is the point that they touch.
No, blend just basically makes it invisible again. It's like an intensity slider on a filter. I'm not sure why it's got that and strength.
Okay, so
If you turn them both up and then turn blend down, it basically just makes it fade out. It does nothing, 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 and then it disappears. So, I'm not sure what the point.
This is weird.
Yeah.
This is really weird. Okay, then you have on and off.
Yeah. That's interesting there, look. Pause category standard. So
Maybe we will get more.
as you play, yeah. I don't know. I got the digital premium edition, by the way. Just saying. And that and that's still only got the standard. The poses are they're okay. I would like
I would like more.
yeah, there's not that many, and I would like to be able to tweak them. There is that setting for toggle head tracking. So try it now. It was R3. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I can hear you clicking.
Maybe. Nope.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So certain circumstance it might work. What do you think to the UI, by the way?
I like it. I think UIs like this do what they are supposed to, while being. I like this one, the one from the original God of War. Things like they go in the game, like with the style of the game, with the style of UI that the game is already presenting, without being too intrusive.
Yeah.
That's one complaint that I always have about camera tools. They zero UI aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's like here's your
Yeah.
they do what the function, they don't do the style.
Yeah. Here's a big list of settings for you.
Yeah. Okay, brightness, you can go full black.
Full black, not quite as high on the top end. On the subject of the UI, you can hide it and still use the settings. So if you control it now, and you can change tabs, and you can.
It's not as common as one might think.
No, it should be the default. Your mouse is in the middle of the picture. I've just noticed.
Is it?
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa. It's not for me.
Oh, right.
Strange.
Well,
whoa.
That's weird. No, it's actually still the exception rather than the rule. Most games don't allow you to alter the settings, and they absolutely should. It's up to me if I get lost in them. I can just show it again if I want to know what I'm on. But being able to see it uninhibited is a big plus.
So the no saturation, is it just me, or is it a bit green?
It does look a bit green, yes.
Is it not because it's an Xbox exclusive?
It's not just because you're in a green room today.
Okay.
It did look green, yeah. Have you got a filter on?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I think.
Okay, contrast.
I think
I like contrast options. The only thing that I would add here is probably a vibrancy one.
Possibly.
I like having both, but
could add sharpening.
Still, this is better than most games.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
So the filters are quite strong. I noticed. I like them. They are quite strong, but you've got an intensity slider. So I just immediately dialed it down to like 60% ish. How do you feel about all the UI, by the way? It has no numbers whatsoever. I like numbers because I like to know.
I like numbers.
Yeah, I know what
I
I'm
like
set
numbers.
to.
And if there are numbers, I usually go for the 5s or the 0s.
Yeah,
like
you have to round them off.
Yeah. We had a big talk about that on one of my streams, and I'm not that weird. It's a common thing.
Oh, I'm the same. I try to discourage myself from doing it in Lightroom as well. I'm the same. I'm like,
yeah.
Like if I'm at
It's 41,
41, I get into 40, like.
Yeah. The human brain, it works in mysterious ways.
I know. I developed a system with Lightroom. It's easiest on the phone as well because then you kind of cover up the setting a little bit and you just ignore it. Just focus on the image and go up and down so you're going past and sort of narrow on where you want it. Then that's where it is. Don't worry about the number. Yeah, I'm definitely the same. I think the filters are pretty good though.
They are.
There's a negative one as well, which I never really see a use for. If you turn back up,
is this a thing in traditional photography? Because it's everywhere. The negative is everywhere. Is there a reason? Not the negative filter, but why is negative even?
Well, you used to shoot a film negative. The actual film that you would shoot onto is a negative image, and then you develop that into the inverse, which shows the real image. So they were even called negatives. So yeah, if you hold up a film negative to a light, it's kind of like that. But why you would ever want that as the finished picture, I don't know. Well, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Textures is interesting. Oh, vignette, yeah.
It's not working, but
it is.
think
it's just not very strong.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's not a very strong one, and you've kind of got a bit of what looks like a vignette anyway because of your surroundings as a central light. Turn it on there, you should see it. Here it comes. It's a very faint one, but there you go.
Yeah, it's here.
Although I prefer a subtle vignette to an overpowering one because otherwise they just look bad. Oh, you've exited.
Yeah.
Head outside then.
And
Head outside.
Head outside?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a cutscene?
All right, that's
Well, it won't be very long if so.
Put your helmet on.
I think you might have to talk to Lynn.
Client is here. Let's go.
The guy who's with her has no facial animations on my game. Has he on yours? Like when he speaks, his face does not move.
Does not move.
No.
How do I live here?
Well, did you speak to her?
Yes.
Or what did the mission say to do?
Once we
Talk
sell
to
that
her,
rock,
yeah.
we can start packing up.
Once we no.
Hey, you did a good job, all right?
You-
August needs people like you.
You've
let's
managed
go.
to miss the prompt. There you go. Select
Oh.
the area in the lower. You got to go to your inventory and put your helmet on. Go, that's the wrong one.
But
The wrong one. Go back. Oh, I don't know what that screen is. Go off it. Right, go down to the bottom right. There. And then put your helmet on. Yep. There we go. Now you can go outside.
But I don't want to wear a helmet, Mom.
Ah, but you can hide it in the Photomode, so...
Okay. Ooh!
Yeah, it's nice.
See, the light is really good.
Hey, exactly. This is what made me think is that this now looks better than a typical Bethesda game.
Can I jump? Yeah.
You can.
Ooh, there's no gravity! Whee!
If you jump and then hit the photo mode, is he still in the air?
Oh, that's a good one. Let me
Jump off
die.
a cliff.
You know, like, how is this not the first thing?
There he
Okay,
is.
yeah.
It's not a very jumpy pose, but it's like he's just run off.
I like that his face is like, okay, now I'm here.
He's perfectly calm. He's just,
Yeah.
yeah, not a problem. Oh, you made it back on. Oh, well.
Okay, I want a Starfield. I want the picture for the thumbnail.
Okay. What's it going to be? The guy jumping off again. Oh, I see.
You know me. I'm a very simple.
Well, there's a ship coming in a minute. If you want a ship involved. Waving.
Well, I can't resist a good ship. This is the moment that my Portuguese would betray me, and instead of ship, I said shit. And I say I can't resist a good shit. Is that the ship?
Yes, it is. So it must have landed while you were messing about
Playing?
on the cliff.
Whee! Okay, so can I... That's a beautiful ship.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay, can I...
It
do
does look a bit
this?
like all sci-fi ships amalgamated together. Isn't it?
Do you like sci-fi ships? We have one for you.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so this is the max. Huh, seemed bigger on the inside of that thing. Seemed like a bigger range.
Oh no, I'm disconnected.
Okay. Okay, so now Meek froze. So I have to make up stuff because he's frozen. Okay, let's test the photo mode while he's not here. Let's not discuss the photo mode. Let's just play around with it. You know me. You know this picture was coming. Okay.
I hope
he's
you've
back.
been merrily
Talking?
talking away there because I lost the connection, so well done. But you seem to have started making a picture.
I started placing my character. I don't like the ship.
Oh,
I don't think the ship looks... Oh, from afar it's better.
that's fine. We didn't go through all of the rest of the features. How far
Yeah,
did we get
let's
up to?
go.
It did those.
Oh,
Don't know. This is a good thing, by the way. If you do switch, like you just did, from free to orbital camera,
yeah.
it doesn't
goes back
lose
to...
the position of the free camera. Yeah, it's handy. You can essentially have two compositions on the go.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mention it.
I don't know how colourful all of the... Actually, I've not seen much of it. Obviously, this area is pretty muted. I like the colours here, but you wouldn't want...
We can go with this.
Okay, if you like.
Is there film grain? No.
No. There is film grain in the game. You can dial it down in the graphics options.
I took it off.
Right.
But since there is none on the photo mode, I'm probably going to add it a little bit.
Yeah.
I like a bit of film
Just
grain.
a small amount, yeah. These... Oh, that's what we were on before. The
Text.
textures. They're not really textures, are they? They're kind of
Patterns?
HUD overlays. They're like a...
Oh, this is cool to center a character.
Yeah. You can't hide that third grid, by the way, apart from when you take the picture. Well, you can hide the whole HUD. You can't have...
Well, I have to be honest. I like having it. I know you... It doesn't... you like having it, but you usually don't use it. You just. But I like having it, so I prefer having it all the time than not having it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have one there, but I would like to be able to turn it off. But the fact that you can use the UI while hidden kind of fixes that anyway.
I like this. I wish I could just capture the center.
Yeah, you'd have to cut it out in Photoshop afterwards.
The frame is
There's quite a few. They're good ones.
okay. This is a good one.
Yeah, that fits. So these are just the graphical surrounds. Anyway, you can't see them. And there's quite a number. I've not counted them actually, but they're fairly imaginative. There's that training manual that you just had, and there's lots of sort of just nice stylized overlays and things. They're better than just pure borders, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the letterbox. I'm liking this.
Let's see, these are, again, go back one. That's the watch. There's another one there with like the, the screen viewfinder thing on there. Yeah.
I have no idea why these are here. I like the watch.
But but as a photo thing,
No,
it's always
no.
going to be the watch is the same, and it's just a little picture on the face. So I don't.
Today I was going through the stickers on the on Cyberpunk, and there are a lot.
There are a lot, and
I'm like, why? Do you know anyone that keeps using them?
no,
Or if it's not just a one-off?
no,
I know no one.
and nor can I think of a really good use case for them. Remember, you once said on Spider-Man, someone made a thing where he was.
Yeah, it's the only time.
But it's kinda, yeah.
That was like a year ago, and it was the only time that I saw a sticker.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
I like this one. I like the
That's just kinda
small
like
sticker on.
Yeah.
The logo of the game.
logo, but yeah, it does look like a sticker. The only actual picture I'm happy with that I ever used stickers on was that one of the robots lined up in Ratchet and Clank. And other than that, I can't think of any ideas. And I only came up with that one because there were stickers of the robots, and I just thought, I'm gonna make like a identity parade of them.
I like that these frames are basically like postcards.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to have that, and this one, like, it's not invasive, like
No.
a very small one.
It's a shame you can't move it though.
Can't have everything, Mick.
Well, it wouldn't take much to reproduce that in at least all four corners.
Yeah,
There's another 3 options.
I
But
like it.
I think
I
it's,
like this
I
photo
think
mode.
it's a good photo mode, yeah. There's no lighting options. There's no character manipulation apart from those few poses. There's no expressions or anything like that.
It's one of those photo modes that it does the things that it should do. Everything else is like an extra that would be nice to have, but it would be.
I think it's got more than the bare minimum. I think it's got more than the essentials.
Oh
It's
yeah,
got nice features.
yeah. But I would say it's a good photo mode, not a spectacular one.
I think if it added like 3-point lighting on top of what's there, it would be a pretty high class photo mode.
Any type of light, and that's the thing. I think a spectacular photo mode are the ones that have like control over time of day, control over the light source, even.
Yeah, but that's dependent on the game itself. If
Yeah.
the game has to have dynamic time of day for that to be available in the photo mode.
Yeah, but even what's Uncharted Lost Legacy. You had control over the position of the sun.
Yeah.
You could move the sun. Even that would be cool. And I think those are the photo modes that stand out the most to me, because control over light is so important on a photo mode.
Oh yeah.
But that being said, the ones that don't have and have all these features are good photo modes.
Yeah. So
Are you going to play the game and shoot it?
I'm gonna try. I just need to find some time. Yeah. See how far I get. But I'm really interested by it, and I think the aesthetics are really great. I think from what I've seen, even just in this starting area, as that just pure sci-fi aesthetic, it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm going to give it the chance of this weekend.
Oh, it's privileged that much, is it?
Yeah, I'm going to play it throughout the weekend and see if I'm going to continue or move on to another game.
You've got a month.
Yeah, but there are other games on Game Pass that I want to try.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you're gonna have a busy month then. Get it all in while you can.
Anything else?
No, not for now.
Okay. Bye, everyone.